Hey guys, so can you use a VPN in order to access YouTube TV? This is a platform that's only available in the United States. If you try to access it from outside of the country, when you try to watch something, you're going to get a message saying that it's not available in your country. On top of that, they offer access to primarily two types of networks: national networks like SportsCenter or things like America's Got Talent. And for those, since they're national, all you have to do is show that you're in the United States in order to be able to access them. But then there's also content that's broadcast over local networks, right? These are the ones that are going to be tied to a specific location. For example, if you wanted to access something like CBS News New York or certain sports games, you're going to get prompted to verify your home area and to show that you're in the local network of the content you want to watch. And in order to do this, they're going to ask you for your browser location. And that's not something that a VPN can normally help you with. I'm going to show you a solution to this in a little bit, but normally a VPN can help you with that because a VPN is going to change your IP address, not your browser's GPS location. So in order to figure this out, if a VPN can really work with YouTube TV, I had to do a lot of research and test out a lot of different VPNs. And I tried paid VPNs like ExpressVPN and Surfshark. I tried free VPNs like Proton VPN. These are all top tier VPN options. And normally they work very well for a lot of different sites. But for things like streaming, free VPNs such as Proton VPN are just not going to work. And in general, free VPNs tend to be very slow. They'll give you a lot of buffer and lag. You're not usually going to be able to watch in HD. And in general, using a free VPN is a little bit risky because a lot of them will actually keep and store your personal information and sell it to advertisers in order to turn a profit. So definitely when it comes to YouTube TV, I wouldn't recommend going with the free route. The other VPNs that I tried out were paid VPNs. That includes ExpressVPN, Surfshark, and NordVPN. And I'll have more information and even discount links for these in the description below, but even these struggled at times to get access to YouTube TV. In particular, with NordVPN, I wasn't able to access content on the platform no matter which of their cities and no matter which server in the United States I tried. I couldn't access national content and definitely not local content. But then when I went over to ExpressVPN, I was able to use this in order to access national content. I was able to connect to one of their servers. All three of these VPNs have at least 100 countries to choose from, including a ton of different options in the United States. ExpressVPN actually has the most. If you search over here, USA, they have at least one server in pretty much every single state in the United States. I think except Hawaii. I think it's the only one they don't have. But even trying out a lot of these, I was only able to access the national content. The only one that worked for both national and local content was Surfshark. But the thing here is that you need to know about a certain feature and you need to have an Android device. You see, like I said, when you want to watch a local network, you're going to need to give your GPS location. And normally a VPN doesn't deal with that. But with Surfshark, if you have an Android device and you get the Surfshark Android app, they have a GPS override feature. And this will actually make your phone's GPS location identical to the location you've connected to in the VPN. So I was able to go into the Surfshark app, enable GPS override, connect to a United States location like New York, for example, and then I was able to go into my YouTube TV app and successfully access both national and local networks on YouTube TV. If you only want national networks, then ExpressVPN or Surfshark will work. But if you want local networks as well, then hopefully you have an Android device, and I would recommend getting Surfshark with the Android app and using the GPS override feature. Now, just some other details that you might want to know if you're going to do this. First of all, make sure you're using the best protocol. So with Surfshark, that's going to be the WireGuard protocol. Without getting into all the technical details, this will just get you the fastest speeds possible and enable you to stream in HD or maybe even 4K if your internet connection is good enough to begin with. You also don't have to worry with these VPNs about anybody collecting your data, like I mentioned with free VPNs, because these VPNs all have an audited no logs policy, meaning that an outside company has verified that these VPNs do not collect or store any of your internet activities. So if your internet service provider or any government agency would ever try to see what you're doing when you're connected to a VPN, they wouldn't be able to, and these VPNs wouldn't be able to provide that information because it literally doesn't exist. And just one last thing, these VPNs like Surfshark and Express won't just work for YouTube TV. You can do pretty much the same thing for any streaming service like Netflix. If you wanted to access content that's only available in a different country, just connect up to that country in the VPN, then go over to Netflix and refresh the page, and you'll be able to access all the content that's available in the country you connected to in the VPN. Now, if you want to find out more about how to use these VPNs, or if you want to discount and save yourself some money when you sign up, you'll find all of that in the description below. So let me know in the comments below which VPN you decide to go with, if you decide to go with Surfshark or Express, and how it goes accessing YouTube TV. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.